We're already halfway through Fortnite Remix, which means Chapter 6 is literally a fortnight away, no pun intended. Despite Chapter 1 OG making a permanent return as announced by Epic Games, we have our first look at what's going to be happening upon this update going live, alongside another secret update to introduce Juice WRLD and more information on him and the finale event before Chapter 6, which we actually have leaked skins for already in this video, involved in the trailer and storyline. Stop, don't forget I'm an official Epic partner, so before you pick anything up from the shop, make sure to enter code FM1 inside there, being one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long. It would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug. After all, we got a giant cutout to show our appreciation to you guys rocking the code. Last video I wanted to know the name of this, so here's a bunch of hearted comments on screen right now that got that right. Today, however, I want to know the name of this, so let me know down below in the comments, and if it gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video, so make sure you subscribe now with all those noties on, because after all, we try and give different subscribers every single day too, with proof for that on screen recently right now. Just before we dive into the Chapter 6 intel storyline getting us there, and our first look at the skins that you won't want to miss out on. If you weren't already aware, right now we're in week 3 with the Ice Spice update going live, as Ice Spice is now a mythic boss at the Ice Isle revamped location from once was the Shark, where Sky manned here in Chapter 2 Season 2 with her mythic grappler and Scar. So with that said, as Ice Spice has taken over, you can imagine she's also taken Sky's mythic weapons, but revamped slightly, you know, to look Ice Spice themed. All of this was added into the files in the recent first of this season 32.10 update, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of and thought was maybe the final update, as it was the only scheduled downtime update this season, but turns out Epic Games are dropping a surprise update on us that nobody expected, which is going to be a smaller version 32.11. As Sheena stated, the next Fortnite update has been added to the staging servers and is expected to release next week. It will include the Juice WRLD collaboration and Chapter 6 live event files. The very first time we became aware of this live event happening to exit from a Chapter 2 remix season, of course, was on the 2024 roadmap, as well as our first projected look at Chapter 6, or what's expected to be showing floating islands in the background, with us finding out the roadmap is not exactly as it seems, as this was just a placeholder these first 3 seasons to represent Chapter 2 Remix, which is only a remix version of the most popular Fortnite season ever, Chapter 2 Season 2. Anyways, from taking a look at the picture, teasing there will be a live event at the end of this Chapter 2 Remix season before Chapter 6 are allowing us to enter it. It kinda shows the shape or resemblance of the Doomsday device, which makes sense as this was the first live event initially of Chapter 2, which occurred in this season that's been remixed originally when it rolled around Season 2 of Chapter 2. The reason I've mentioned that is because many people are expecting now, with the talk of all these artists performing a concert simultaneously as giant characters on the island like Travis Scott did for the first ever one again in Chapter 2 Season 2. As the last finale event of our first OG or month-long season was, yes, a kind of concert with Eminem starring it or headlining it, we still had story elements making sense of our transition to a brand new chapter, meaning a new Fortnite island, and the Device Live event remix will allow us to get there. As for how the story develops or what's going to be coming of this, we've got more to mention on it in just a second that you definitely won't want to miss out on. But as for the finale event, FNBR Intel stated, the finale event is just in over 2 weeks. Here's what we know so far. Rappers will be big on the map, similar to Travis Scott and their designated POIs, potential look at new Fortnite modes, and possible first look at the Chapter 6 map, which they also may reveal during this event. It wouldn't surprise me, as the Big Bang event last year was revolutionary for transitioning into the new revamped version of Fortnite being Chapter 5, with it showing off all of the 3 introduced new modes, Lego, Rocket Racing and Festival, so giving us a glimpse of the Chapter 6 island during this event, or tease, or even like a mini-map form flying over it high in the sky, again kinda like how we did in the Travis Scott astronomical concert flying in the sky. This would definitely be a win in my eyes, or Fortnite could even just post something on their socials even before the event occurs on this final day of Remix. Speaking of Fortnite socials and why they may take to there to announce Chapter 6, of course they may have looked at the numbers that this announcement for Chapter 1 returning, the OG on December 6th, as it got 47 million impressions. In case you've been living under a rock and didn't know, Chapter 1 is returning on December 6th as stated in the image, started from Season 1 of Chapter 1, which we never went back to during the first version of OG, and it will be a permanent mode rotating throughout the seasons 1 up to X every single month. With this being the map overview, despite the Fortnite logos and text on the original image, as you can see from the comparison on screen right now, as you can see from the image with the text on, it states this is releasing December 6th, despite Chapter 6 going live on December 1st after this remix finale occurring late November 30th. It's obvious now Juice WRLD is the main focus of this finale event, being the last artist to be introduced for week 4 with his own POI, as also teased as the biggest thing at the end of the remix trailer that's going to be coming this season, Indie Legends Never Die kind of outfit form. I'm sure you'll all be attending this event, but in case you can't make it, don't forget from logging in between these 2 dates you can get the free Juice WRLD skin, which is the cel-shaded Slayer Juice WRLD, which we initially thought with being cel-shaded was this version of him from the already dead music music video as he appears in like a cel-shaded anime form, obviously kind of like ninja themed, which we know Japan is going to be a large factor in the theme of Chapter 6 Season 1. Sadly, it's not going to be this skin, but hopefully it comes at a later date, and the free Juice WRLD skin will look like this. It's from the Righteous music video, and of course we did get one thing right, it will be anime looking based off the cel shade. This other version of Juice, however, shown in the trailer, of course will be rotating throughout the shop, so don't forget I'm an Epic partner, and to enter code FM1 taking literally around 3 seconds, one of the shortest codes inside the shop whenever you log on next. It would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug, with us getting a cutout of our code, spending $100 to specifically show love back to the FM1 squad community rocking it. Crazily enough, the Juice WRLD intel doesn't stop there, and it looks like a brand new song of him that was never actually aired will be premiering in Fortnite according to Hypex, and the song name is Empty Out Your Pockets. It most likely premieres during the event on November 30th and has a shop bundle, might be an emote and a jam track. And despite the remix trailer literally proving the Legends Never Die outfit version of Juice WRLD will be coming to the game, this will also be in the Legends Never Die kind of scenery, also shown on the album cover as Data Miners stated. As you can see in the background, this is what we can expect in a realistic looking form, which is a concept concert made by a YouTuber called Trimix over a year ago now, when there was talks of Juice WRLD receiving a concert in Fortnite. Honestly, it seems all talk eventually does come to the game, but that is quite worrying for what we're about to mention. Being highlighted by this user right here, Blue Glow from STW, just noticed they're advertising this as Chapter 1 Season 1, yeah, old battle passes are returning, since it's technically the same season. The reason he mentions this is because a disclaimer in the battle passes, I believe, states that they're only purchasable within their season, and obviously we're going back to these seasons. Not sure if this means the season shop's going to be returning for Chapter 1 Season 1, as we never saw a battle pass for this season, and of course this filled that section. So with the battle pass being innovated in Chapter 1 Season 2, with the Black Knight being one of the most iconic OG skins, does that mean players now who never got these back then will be able to as we're transitioning through these limited time seasons? Honestly, it does make sense, and here's why. Hypex broke it down very well. Fortnite seems to be completely moving away from exclusivity. New PS5 skin confirmed just now to not be exclusive. Quest items now included in locker bundles. Future battle passes resold after a year. Starter packs starting to return. FNCS cosmetics returning, etc. The PS5 skin firstly that he's referring to is this one, which Sony released a whole trailer for, releasing very soon as a part of the PS5 Pro bundle. They've done this with exclusive skins in the past, hence why people thought this was like a pull factor to actually buying the console, as Epic Games do a lot of work with Sony. But then with us knowing the Chapter 2 Season 1 original starter pack in that season, as we do get one every season, returned this season, it means any of them can return. On top of the fact, Fortnite officially announced a few months ago that future battle passes moving forward will be resold after a year, and will find ways to make iconic characters that were collaborations available once again, such as Darth Vader being level 100 in Chapter 3 Season 3, or Iron Man, or any of the Marvel skins from the first Marvel collab season. Combined with the fact that a bunch of old battle passes have been recently re-added into the files or updated in different folders, it's looking like they're going to find ways to make these old battle passes return prior to this announcement, of course, as they announced this change for battle passes able to return after a year going forward. As we briefly touched on starter packs returning, however, thankfully right now we do have our first look at the first Chapter 6 Season 1 skin, despite these teased in the Chapter 2 remix loading screens right here, which of course back up the leaks regarding it being Japanese mythology or ancient Japan theme. In case you missed the leak, it was from Wenso. Chapter 6 Season 1 will be themed around samurais and Japanese mythology. I know this has been rumoured for a while, so I want to confirm it once and for all. Biomes on the map include shrines, rivers, plains, farmland and forests. We also have a bunch of Japanese mythology, ancient Japan and samurai skins on the Fortnite surveys right now that they could pluck any time and put into a battle pass full of 8 skins in a normal length season. Further adding to that, with the release of 32.10, Sheena posted, Fortnite has added some small props from Chapter 6 to the game files with today's update, further confirming the traditional Japanese theme. The last Japanese themed season, Chapter 4 Season 2 Mega, obviously introduced a movement mechanic and weapon called the Kinetic Blade that everybody loved, and it looks like we're seeing something similar in Chapter 6, as Masamune blades are coming to Fortnite in Chapter 6 according to Hypex, looking like this. Basically a traditional Japanese samurai sword, of course backing up the theme furthermore of ancient Japan and samurais. And with many players not knowing where the storyline's going right now, it's about to get very interesting, as Restro broke the full thing down right here, stating, while this season is mainly focused on bringing us back to a familiar world with a musical twist, we still got some lore from Hope that explains a few things from Chapter 5 and teases the future of Chapter 6's storyline. storyline. Following the remix, the Prelude event, the Rift Beacon opened up a portal to the Chapter 2 remix reality, which was teased in the Big Bang event. The Apollo Island becoming a separate reality is seemingly a consequence of the Big Bang. In the images provided, of course, he shows this opening from the Rift Beacon being activated, and also this section right here in the Big Bang event, which has a bunch of Chapter 2 Season 2 related skin props. Around the island are 4 audio logs of voicemails from Hope to Valeria, and throughout Hope's voicemails, she tries to get in contact with her older sister, who refuses to respond. Hope informs Valeria that she's leaving their home, and it's up to Val to rebuild the island now. Hope revealed that Pandora's box is a part of a greater evil, something much bigger, and she believes she's tied to it, which is why she's leaving the island. So while we're in Chapter 2 Remix's reality right now, Hope, Jones, and likely the Oracle are currently journeying to the Chapter 6 island as we speak. And as a part of these images, he's included a lot of floating scenery, again to correlate to what we saw on the 2024 roadmap made up of floating islands for Chapter 6. Here's where it gets crazy though, with a fan favourite character potentially returning, as in her voicemail to Valeria, Hope also reveals that she can see the future with her art. All throughout Chapter 5, Hope has made graffiti of Dr. Sloan, and now in Chapter 2 Remix there's a doodle of Sloan on an art mural. There's a very high chance Sloan may be returning in Chapter 6. And despite Dr. Sloan introduced in Chapter 2, obviously plastered all over this on this mural on the wall of different patterns and characters, we have Hope as well, and even Fishstick, which could imply this variant of Fishstick is in the Chapter 6 Season 1 Battle Pass off the Fortnite servers. Drop a like if you're excited for Chapter 6 though, subscribe with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future leaks or uploads, and don't forget I'm an Epic partner, so enter code FM1 now or the next time you log on, or in the web shop, as nobody's doing it like me and Charlie the Charcoal Pug, literally spending $100 on a cutout of our code to simply show our love back to you guys rocking it in our community, the FM1 squad. In terms of where you go to next, click either of these 2 videos. YouTube's recommended you on screen, it's a good suggestion. Whilst you wait for the next upload, I do publish here on the channel.